Welcome back to the first 100 hours, your path to ACC. My name is Kim Nickel, and we are now talking about frequently asked questions about completing your first 100 hours. How do I find people to coach? Well, we've talked about some tactics already. You have Reciprocoach through ICF, trade with fellow coaches like your classmates. You can offer free coaching. You can offer paid coaching. That could be a sliding scale or a set fee. You can coach internally. So if you are already working for a company, you might offer to coach people that are not your direct reports. You can do third-party coaching. Look to some of these platforms for inspiration. People are everywhere. Everyone is online and everybody wants coaching, and you are a coach. So let people know, make it easy for them to know and to find you. What do you charge? You get to decide. So for example, you can start with a sliding scale. You can charge a certain amount for a set number of sessions. You can just make it easy. It's $100 an hour or whatever. As you know, for the purpose of your first 100 hours, it doesn't matter. Any amount. You could say it's $3. That would still qualify as a paid coaching session. So you really get to decide. And know that you can always change your pricing later. So don't feel like you have to get it exactly right. Just begin with something, make it easy for you. And also think about if somebody wanted to pay you, how? How would they do that? Whether they're paying you in money, or they're paying you in apricots, or they are paying you in some other exchange, you want to think through that so that you can tell them how that will work. Okay? Do I need a niche or specialty? No, you don't. You also do not need a website. You do not need business cards or a logo. You don't need a tagline. All of those things you might have later, but you do not need that when you are working towards your first 100 hours. Remember, the mindset here is that when you're first starting, you want to focus on coaching people and getting those hours. Doing so will help you to become a more skillful coach, a more confident coach, and you may discover who you really like working with and the topics you most enjoy coaching on as you do it. That was one of the things that I really appreciate, especially looking back now, is that when I was first starting and my first 100 coaching hours, I decided I'll coach anyone on anything. And this was kind of a big deal for me because I had been trained as a coach before, but my specialty was communications and public speaking. So it was some technical components as well as the mindset to help people find the confidence to speak in intense and high anxiety situations. And I wasn't sure. I thought, that's the coaching I did before. Does that mean I should do that now? And I gave myself permission to explore and be curious and to say, I am a coach. And actually what I would say sometimes to people, I would say, I am a life coach. If you are alive, I can coach you. So you can come to me with work, relationship, fitness, whatever. Like I will use the skills I have and I will coach you. So I want to offer that you don't have to spend time or get worried about choosing the right niche or specialty. You can be a coach and discover the niche or specialty as you go. That is available to you. Do I need a contract? Technically, no. However, it can be very useful Now, one of the ICF core competencies is establishes and maintains agreements. Having a contract is a very literal way to do that. Also, having a coaching agreement, it creates a very clear understanding of what the coaching relationship is. I found it can be helpful to include it in writing, how coaching is different than counseling or therapy. Many of my clients also have a therapist or a counselor or somebody that they work with in addition to me. And in my agreement, it says if you're working with a therapist or a mental health provider, please let them know that you're also now going to work with a coach, because coaching is not therapy and your healthcare provider should know all of the things that you're doing. It's just a way of being clear, which creates trust, and it creates this really nice coaching agreement. And the way I think about it too is the point of having a contract or an agreement, the point is not to lock somebody in, but instead, the point is to clearly present in writing how this coaching relationship will work and what the expectations are. You might have a really fantastic conversation about how coaching works, but they won't remember that. We're humans. We are forgetful creatures. So being able to put it in writing is a way of supporting your client and helping them to understand what the shape of this relationship is. And if you're an ICF member and you log in and you go to your member toolkit, you can find a sample agreement. You might be able to find it online also. I think there's like an old one online that if you just Google it, you might find it, and that will give you an idea of what that can look like. Also, I found, so if a client is working directly with me, very helpful to have an agreement. If their company is paying me to work with them, also very important, because I can very clearly lay out the expectations of confidentiality. So if someone is paying me to coach their employee, everybody knows I am not going to report back. I am not going to share anything that's said in the coaching relationship. That is held as a protected space. So something good to think about. Do I need insurance? It is advisable to carry professional liability insurance. I am in California, I'm in the US. And so for me, operating here, I find it to be valuable and also sometimes necessary. Some of the coaching that I do with organizations, they will require that I carry professional liability insurance. And this is to protect the client in the event that something goes wrong, which is rare, but it's one of those things where it doesn't cost very much money. And it's also a commitment to presenting yourself really as a professional. So professional liability insurance is recommended. ICF is also partnered with an insurance company called Westminster Insurance, and they offer coverage for coaches who are based in the US, Canada, the UK, and Ireland. So if you go to your ICF member profile and go to the bottom and you scroll to the partner listings, you'll find the purple Winston logo or Westminster logo, and you can learn more about how that works. I think it was, when I renewed mine, I think it was under $300 for the year, just to give you a sense of what that is. And I did get this before I started getting, I got this before I started getting my 100 hours of people who were paying me money and working pro bono. I didn't have it when I first started and when I was just doing coaching trades within my program. And then I learned about it and I thought, I want this. So that is how it worked with me. That is our slides for today. We've got one more, maybe two. We've got two more short videos to come. The next one, I will going to tell you like the whole picture of how I did it. And I can't wait to share more of that with you. Okay, I'll see you soon.